Okay, Rabbi said we're in Sharei Orah, chapter, page 20, Shiur 22, and also page 22. One small thing I want to mention to you guys that you guys should put in your calendars. I think 23rd of Tammuz, if I'm not mistaken, is the Hilulah of the Ramak of Moshe Cordovero.
When was it?
He's the Ari's teacher. Maybe.
The pomegranate orchard, you know.
Yeah, the orchard of pomegranates. But also, there's also a Hilulah on the 24th of Tammuz of a very big Rav Yaakov Yosef ben Rav Dov, the chief rabbi of New York, the first and only chief rabbi of New York. He's buried in Union Field Cemetery.
We don't see it.
Rav,
You've been there.
the Rebbe Misatmer. One time I was with you over there. One time. The Rebbe Misatmer, the one after Rav Yoel Misatmer. He used to always send people to daven by his care. That's a place Mod Misugal. I used to go there a lot. But on the 20, I think, don't quote me, on the 24th of Tammuz is your side. Union Field was right here. It's like a 10-minute drive. We were there once, right? And if you have a time on 24th Tammuz to go over there to daven, it's going to be a bit packed probably. But he was called Rav Kolel. He was a very big tzaddik. He was called Rav Yaakov HaCharif. And Harif, yeah, it was spicy. Yeah, it was sharp. And he passed away very tragically. After him, there was no such thing as the chief rabbi of New York again. He was so great when he came to New York for the first time. Even the Reform Jews respected him. Back then, New York was a hub of Reform Jewry.
Where is this cave?
Union Field Cemetery. Union Field between Brooklyn and Queens. It's like a 10-minute drive over here, 15-minute drive. So it's a very big thing to visit the tzaddik on his yortzeit. This Shabbos is the yortzeit of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Obviously on Shabbat we don't go to Kvarim, but you could go either tonight, which is the Erev Rosh Chodesh, or tomorrow morning. Erev Rosh Chodesh we go. Rosh Chodesh we don't go. Rosh Chodesh and Shabbat. There's an aliyah to the Neshama. Seemingly from the Ari, there's no point to go there on that day. But the fact is that his yortzeit is on Shabbos. But we don't go. I never went on a kever on Shabbat. But on Erev Shabbat, there is an idea to go. If you could go Friday, or if you could go tonight, it's a big thing. It's a big thing to go. I think tonight will be better. Nobody's there right now. On Shabbat, it's going to be over there. Sunday, Vapshe, it's going to be over there. Right. They say it's the second most visited tziyun after the Rashbi. So these are the things to look forward to. Now we'll continue in Sharei Orah, Sfirat HaMalchut. We're still in Sfirat HaMalchut. We have ways to go. There's a lot to say about the Malchut. The reason is because it's a very important Sfirah. As we know, Na'utz Tchilatan Besofan. The beginning is connected to the end of Ra. So the secret is that as we get to Keter, then we realize we're still in where? Malchut. And that's the secret where the true Mikubal realizes the closer he gets, the farther he really is. The person who's never even reached any certain kind of hasaga always says, "Oh, Hashem is my boy," you know? We're close. He
doesn't know Hashem.
Yeah, he doesn't know Hashem. Not that he doesn't know Hashem, he's a pasuk, Karov Hashem, the whole Koreab, but at the same time, as you understand you're a finite being, how far you are from the infinite being, the fact that even the smallest iota, you're finite, makes you the most farthest away from the Creator, the answer. Because you're finite. The fact is you're finite. You understand? And as when we pass away, when we realize the Shekhinah, then we suddenly see such a Gilui. I had such a crazy thing that I learned in Sefer Alikutim, such an amazing Chidush from the Ari HaKadosh. I never saw this Chidush before in my life. I was always very big into Shara Psukim. I never really learned Shara Likutim. A couple of weeks ago, I asked somebody I learned with. I said, you're in the farm store. Get me a Shara Likutim. I had my neshama I needed a Shara Likutim because I was learning about Shimshon HaGibor, and there's not a lot of meat in Shara Psukim. I said, give me a Shara Likutim. It talks a lot about Shimshon over there because he's Keter. And I get the Shara Likutim and I'm going through it. And I see over there, what was the sin of Hevel? So and we all know Moshe Rabbeinu fixed the sin of Hevel. How? From what he fixed, we know what it was. What did he fix? When he saw the burning bush, which obviously was not a really burning bush. It was a vision. Right? What does it say? Vayaster Moshe panav. Moshe Rabbeinu hid his face. Ken or lo? At that moment, says the Ari, he fixed what Hevel did. What did Hevel do? Hetzitz b'shechina. He looked at the Shechina. And then, so he looked. What's the Shechina, first of all? I shouldn't have put my board away. Try to vision this. We all say that Cain was the Bechor. He was the firstborn. The Ari says in many places, in Sharei Gilgulim, maybe 1,000 places, he says that the good in Cain was much greater than the good in Hevel. But the fact was that Hevel was most good, and Cain was mostly bad. And I saw such a thing over here. I have to read it to you guys inside. It's something unbelievable. You know how everybody makes this mistake? They say that the Zohar says that the snake was with Chava. Right? And I explained to you this guy, it's not what you guys think what it is. The Ari gives an amazing pshat. What it means is the snake was with Chava. While I was trying to find that place, I hit upon this. In Shara Likutim. See, one thing led to another. Look what the Ari says over here. I hope I'm going to find this one now. He says like this. Here it is. Ubiyot. You're going to hear something right now, I promise you. From the creation of your ancestors till today, you never heard this pshat before. What did the Zohar mean when it says that snake was with Chava?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Let's get to that pshat.
Please, let's clear it up.
Let's clear that up already. Let's clear it up.
It says, if somebody says...
If you heard it, please stop me right now.
Well, he says like somebody says it's like a sin, no? Like it's like that.
It's kfirah.
Right?
That was the sin of the son of the Egyptian who was Yoshka. Let's get to the point. Ubiyot ki ba'avonot hanachash haya arum. Because of the averot, that means the world wasn't complete yet. So the nachash was arum. Arum had an intellect that could turn Adam. Hanivra be'erev Shabbat b'li guf. V'sirso. What did Hashem do? He took the nachash and he castrated it. So first of all, it wasn't a simple thing that the nachash was with Chava, because Hashem castrated, the nachash was emasculated. He didn't have a brit. So first of all, the pshat breaks. He wasn't with Chava physically. That's definitely. Because he didn't have a brit. It says, V'sirso.
He didn't after the scene?
The Zohar. No, before. It says over here, Hashem created him like that so he won't have offspring. So the world wouldn't be full with satanim. We give the satan power by doing zar levatala chas v'shalom. But the nachash was made without a brit. When the Nachash saw that Adam and Eve were doing a zivug, that was their biggest mistake, that they did it before Shabbat. And the Satan, the Nachash, was so jealous. Why? That Hashem took Eve, Chava, and he separated her from his back. He made Nesira. How you say Nesira? Surgery. He separated her. And then Hashem took her and brought her to him face to face, as we read in the Torah, right? The Hashem epil tardema ala Adam. Malachei Sharei, the holy angels, Michael, Gabriel, Nuriel, Ariel, they saw that, wow, they were so amazing. They started to make shish kebab, tzalutz lo basar. They made him shish kebab, mesanenin lo yain. They made fresh wine for him. La'archik tzada. Why did they make him wine? Why did they cook the meat? Why did they separate the wine? To separate, it's a mashal, to separate the ra, Gabriel, from the tov. Don't go. This is a tikkun l'neshama over here. What happened? Here's the punch. Az nitava lehem asamechmem mitzad hara leyaga lemala kazov nitkana. Samechmem saw that milemala v'nitkana. He wanted also a bat zug. Do you realize, Rabbi, said the whole fight in all the Torah is about a bat zug? The whole fight is about that.
It's fair enough, not for him.
It's all about the kruvim.
Why Hashem
And that's the secret. A bat zug it's the most finite thing in the world because what does it prove? That you were separate. Hashem is one. But the only way to perceive Hashem is to find the bat zug. It's a paradox that's needed. But first you have to understand that you're separate to become one, and then to realize how you could be like the only one. It's an unbelievable thought. That's what Ari is teaching us over here. Well, look what he says over here. "Lebasov ma shaya lo husar mimenu v'nishar kereach." The snake turned into kereach. Al tige kereach ela korach. That means the snake's whole ba'aya was Korach himself. Yes, the snake represented Korach. The Samechmem found the only animal without a bat zug. He calls it a golem. That was the snake. The Perkei Rabbi Eliezer doesn't say he was riding on a snake, but he was riding on a gamal, on a camel. It's a snake, not a camel. Rather, he was riding the snake as one rides a camel between the humps. V'niglam benachash. And that golem was the nachash. Vehi, here's a punchline. Chava harishona. Who did the Samechmem had the zivug with? Not Chava, Eve, our mother, the first mother, but Chava harishona, the first Chava. Lamed Yud Taf. I rest my case. I could finish it over here, but I don't know, what's the point? I gave you guys the whole meat over here. I gave you the juice.
But they went together that time, no?
The first, then he continues.
So
he
what
says,
did you saw Lulu with the drinking
water? No, exactly. He wanted the zivug. Adam was with Chava Rishona. The first Chava. The Samechmem was mitkane. Why? That was really he felt that there was she wasn't complete yet. That Lamed Yutaf is really Leah, Yaakov, because Yaakov is Adam, and Adam had two wives, Leah and Rachel. Leah is really Lamed Yutaf, but in a completed form, in a kedusha form. What happened was when Chava, the second Chava, and Adam saw Etz Hadat, they didn't see Etz Hadat, says the Sefer HaLikudim. Rather, they saw Samechmem being with Lamed Yutaf Betor, in the sense of it's a zivug betumah, zivug beta'ava. When Adam and Chava saw that, they said, we also want to try that. That, he says, is the secret of eating an Etz Hadat. Something that you never heard in your life. You're going to be born here, 20 Giludim, you're never going to hear such a thing.
So wait.
It's unbelievable.
So that
what he writes over here.
The thing was not the fruit. No,
there was no fruit. The fruit is the zivug.
The
maaseh. We're talking about a different consciousness. You understand? Adam and Chava wanted to try. How do we beat the kedusha? In the same way, they're betoch ta'ava. It's an unbelievable pshat. Sefer HaLikudim. Okay, let's read something over here from Sharei Orah, because the shir is called Sharei Orah.
But so wait, you also
understand? But you could. Everybody here, listen. This is not 20 years ago. 20 years ago, but there was 50 copies of this printed a year. You go to any bookstore and buy app. You need to have the Shemaya. You need to have the Shemaya. You need to want it. You need to want it.
Gave you that book you wanted?
Yeah, I bought it. Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, he got it. He got it for me. He picked it up for me.
What was it?
A month.
1644?
1644. No, is it 44?
Yeah.
What do you
Oh,
want?
you remember the address?
I remember it was next to Bagel Island. All right, let's finish. Let's do now. Talking about Adam Arishon. Do you see what he has over here? It's something. Ayin lo ra'ata Elohim zulatcha. No, listen. You need to get a pshat. The pshat
The
is
whole
you need a
world
pshat.
is based on this.
Yes, but let's not forget. We
Countries
also
were
have to be.
destroyed
Yeah.
and built because of this.
Yes. We also have to forget that our houses also are built and destroyed on this. Therefore, we have to take care of our chava.
The real one.
Yeah, the Eitz Hadat was the zivug.
I don't like this. You like this?
It wasn't an actual tree. God. It says a tree. In their physical consciousness, it was a tree. But they were not living in our... How do we know they were not living in our way? How? Gan Eden, it says their skin was shining. It was light. It says that Adam named all the animals. Now, I want to tell you guys something crazy. Adam Arishon named the animals. What hour did Adam wake up? 12 o'clock he woke up. 12 in the afternoon. Midday. What time we are in the cosmic clock? We're 12:43, I think. We're in Tosefet Shabbat already. Every moment right now is a cosmic moment. We're in Tosefet Shabbat right now. Huh? It means it's a time that the Hashem is speeding up the clock, all the world events to get to a certain time. You have to understand, it's very hard to say this, and me myself personally, as a person with a family that bought a house and this that, it's very, in a way that it'd be like Hashem is gonna get the world to a certain point where I have to say goodbye to Edom. It's not a, but here's the secret. I can't stop my life because of that.
Aren't we gonna stay here regular?
Israel.
No, I beg to differ. As a learner of Navi, open up the Navi Cheskel.
So everything's gonna go on regular.
Forget about the Gemara right now, the end of Brachos, Machlok Rav Yochanan and Shmuel, Olam Keminagonai. Let's learn the Navi for a second. The Navi in Yecheskel says, Velo Ashir Ahad, I will only leave one outside of Eretz Yisrael.
What do you say?
I'm telling you, the Chotam Sofer says, he used to say, don't buy a house in Chutz La'aretz. He used to say that.
Yeah.
Even the one that's
You buy, we can't stop our life because of that. We can't stop our life. That's the problem of the people, that they're so invested in Mashiach, they can't live their life. It's a big mistake. What do you mean, Kevai? All the youngs, all the youngs. 18, 19, 20. Mashiach is coming tomorrow. Let's like this. That's it. זה לא אמונה. It's not emuna. You know what it is? They don't want responsibility.
They don't know they're going to have to work harder.
You can't stop your life, but be ready. When Mashiach comes, be ready to pack your bags. But that's the problem. But the Navi said, how is Yerushalayim gonna look? Will it be until Damascus, this, that? Anytime you Yodea Adma. Even the Rambam says, I don't know how it's gonna happen. Will Eliyahu Navi come before Gog Magog? Will he not?
Say doesn't know. Doesn't know.
There is a pshat like that too, and in Yerushalayim will be Eretz Yisrael. There's a pshat like that too. Yes, there is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? What if it's not?
What is it going to change?
What if it's not?
What is it going to change?
What do you mean?
What?
You gotta get ready to get up and go. But you can't stop your life because of that. You have to just keep on going. Maybe Hashem is waiting, dafka, for your kids to be born, to be the last neshamot that will come out of the goof. And Ben David Bat Shichlu Kol Neshamot. Maybe David, that's your neshamot. How do you know? You understand? Yoshua. Alright. Can we have one paragraph over here? I'm not used to over there.
What's the Orah-22?
Huh? Autopilot. Let's do one paragraph with your permission. Do I have your permission?
בוודאי.
בא האדם הראשון וחטא. Have you ever heard of a person light a candle for Adam Harishon? Never heard of it.
Only you do.
You've done it before? You done it. Once in a while, once or twice. I don't know. People just don't feel that connection to him.
Because he messed up, right?
Huh? I never lit a candle with Adam Harishon in my life. I don't know. I would assume maybe he's waiting for somebody to do that. I would assume. I don't know. He was the first. He was waiting.
Rabbi, you have a book like you know that's the when they niftarim.
There's an app. There's an app.
There's an app. I remember, you know. Yeah, I'm saying Rabbi Shimon Agassi, Rabbi Daftai, Ari Kadosh, how could you not know the Yortzeh Rabbi Hanania ben Akashia? Passed away without kids.
Yeah, 30 years
The Chida brings this down. The Chida. Exactly.
Wow.
And he brought down the Pshata. There's 613 mitzvot, I believe, in the Torah. Right? Was it him? Or Sheshat? Okay, Lo Pashut, Yehoshua.
That's the only Kaddish I can say, that's not at all.
No, you can say any Kaddish you want. You choose not to say that. You
My
choose.
Rebbe told me not to choose.
Your Rebbe is your Rebbe. You gotta listen to the Rebbe. Can we do a paragraph over here? Adam Harishon is waiting for us. Adam Harishon came in sin. Abraham. All the pipes were clogged, and all the rows broke. And all the pools were clogged. That means that everything dried up.
All the shefa
dried up. The Shekhinah will seemingly disappear. באו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, עליהם השלום, התחילו להמשיכה למטה. ותקנו להגיעים על כיסאות. אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, not Noach, not Canaan, not Chanoch, Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov specifically. They were the ones who came and brought and started to reveal the Shekhinah to the world again. והמשיכו הקצת המשכה ועשו גבותיהם כיסאות השכינה. Here's the secret, says the Rabbi Yosef Chikatilia. He says not that stam that they were just teaching Torah, teaching Hashem. Their bodies were constant base to the Shekhinah. They always saw themselves as a continuation of the Shekhinah. A Merkava. That's what they called the Raglaim of the Merkava. But still they couldn't bring it down as a keva. Keva is keva.
Always like
consistent. Yeah. It was coming and going. But they were the conduits for the Shekhinah to reveal Hashem's presence. That's the secret of the pasuk. Vayal Elohim me'al Avraham, and Hashem rose up from on top of Avraham. Why is it from on top of Avraham? Because Avraham was the conduit to reveal Hashem.
What's the conduit?
The middleman, the mediator.
That he transmitted. He was the one that was revealing Hashem. So when Hashem had to go up, he was the Eretz Yisrael of the generation. So Hashem went up from Avraham to what? To destroy Sodom. רוצה לומר, מעל אברהם ממש, says Rabbi Yosef. He went up from Avraham mamash. That means Avraham was the Eretz Yisrael. There was no Eretz Yisrael back then. It was Eretz Canaan. Avraham Avinu was the Eretz Yisrael. And Kiviyachol. Also today, we're the Eretz Yisrael. The Eretz Yisrael right now is not the Eretz Yisrael. It has Kedusha right now as it's coming back, but still, Mashiach hasn't come there. You know what the real Nehemiah, which is Zerubbabel, he said his whole thing was to build Yerushalayim. Until Yerushalayim is not built fully, including East Yerushalayim, there is no, the Shekhinah has not returned to Eretz Yisrael. No matter what anybody says, they can say whatever they want, they can have revealments, this, that. I follow this far. The Navi says, the Ktuvim, Nehemiah, who Zerubbabel said, Shalom, that until Yerushalayim will not be complete,
What does that mean?
dupul.
So we have to build it?
What does that
We
mean?
have to, exactly.
We already have the blueprint.
We have the blueprints.
Build
Why don't we stop building it?
You realize that the area of Rav put a big blockage in front of us, right?
Who?
The area of Rav.
Who they?
Who are they?
Yeah.
Those guys who sit in the Knesset.
Well, I get him again.
I get rid of him? With who in what army? Who in what army? Wait, you in whose army? Abraham said, I don't buy it.
Why? What's the problem? Listen, it's a good topic to talk about, actually, you know?
I'm telling you something. Our job, Hashem doesn't require us to do that. Hashem requires us to ask
Trust me.
for. So you're, you know who you're like?
Missionaries.
No, why are you putting my brother? Why are you putting him in there? Why are you putting him in there? Don't do that there.
Lucky I love you, man.
I didn't mean like that. I mean like a war mission. Like
Yeah, he's a warmonger.
Yeah, exactly.
Our job is to be Mevarin and Eitzutzot. I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you guys daven and have the kavanah levarer rapach mitzotzot? You know what my Rebbe, Rav Chen, sent to my father a bunch of Sfarim. Shnei Chayei, this, that, his Sfarim to bring out to the yeshivot over here. You know, in Brooklyn, in Flatbush, there is a kollel that's up from midnight until the morning, every night. Rav Handler, his name is. Every single night in Flatbush. And we're over here, Sfaradim. This is our meat and potatoes. And we're over here breaking our teeth over here just to learn Rapach Nitzutzot. You understand what I'm saying? We have to build this thing over here. With Shalom Bayit, and with Bracha, and Parnasa, and Rufu, all that stuff too, all that stuff too. Kolel akol. Don't kolel akol, kolel akol. But there is in Flatbush this kind of stuff. In Williamsburg, till not long ago, till Rav Mu'adev left, there was a yeshiva like that. We all here have to do this too. We need this, I don't call it protection, Chas Shalom, but we need this, we need the zechut. We need the zechut. Over here, we have a big zechut in Queens. We have a lot of ahavat chinam over here. A lot of ahavat chinam. Yes, ahavat chinam means selfless love. Selfless love.
I love you.
We're at our place, we're going to do it also.
Why do we have to wait for our place?
We cannot do it now.
Why not? We said we couldn't do Shacharit, we did that. We said we couldn't do Mincha, we did that. We said we couldn't do Shiurim, we did that. We do this too. Why not? We need a will, Ratzon, we need Keter. We're missing Keter.
That's our bridge to everything.
You understand? I'm telling you, when Mashiach comes, the first mitzvah, what are we going to do? Nizirut. We're going to be Nazirs, B'ezrat Hashem. Be neder. Don't you want to feel the Keter on you? Don't you want that? You feel it. There you go. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. You feel it already. I daven in Keter Torah. I daven in Keter Torah.
Can Nazir drink whiskey or no?
Yes.
Yes, whiskey can. Wine
Because
can.
if you're gonna say no, I'm saying none of the Hashem people can be Nazir over here.
No cognac.
Cognac is that. Yaakov. My boy say. Vayal me'alav Elohim, says by Yaakov too, by Yaakov Avinu, and it went up from Yaakov Mamish, he says, Vazeh amru avot hem merkava, avot they are the merkava. Bereshit Rabbah, Mem Zayin Vav. Nimtza Shechina b'yimeim porachat be'avir. That means the Shechina was not consistently revealed in the world. V'lo matzah manoach, she couldn't find a rest, lekaf raglah. Ba'aretz kasher b'tchat habriya, like it was in the beginning. Ba Adoneinu Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom, who's born in Adar Bet. It wasn't born in Adar Bet? Yeah. Adar Aleph? Adar, just Adar, regular Adar. Okay. The Kol Yisrael Imo v'asu Mishkan. What was the Dirat Keva? Mishkan. The Beit Knesset. The Beit Knesset. Do you know you're sitting inside the Shekhinah right now? You're sitting inside the Shekhinah right now. Smell it. Smell it. Right inside it. Right, you're inside the Shekhinah right now. They fixed all the pipes and they put together all the lines. They fixed the pools. They brought in the mayim. from the house of the Shoeva. החזירו השכינה לשכון בתחתונים. They brought the Shekhinah down to us. Wow. ועשו לי מקדש ושכנתי בתוכם, Rabbi Yisai. What kind of mitzvah it is to build a Beit HaMikdash, to build a Beis Medrash, to build a Beit HaKnesset? It's such a mitzvah. You're becoming one with the Shekhinah. באוהל, אבל לא בקרקע. The problem was, it was not yet, it was a tent. It wasn't yet in the ground. Like it was in the beginning. But so zeu asu li mikdash. Hashem said, make me a mikdash, not a mishkan. Make me a mikdash. V'shachanti betocham. V'nimtzat hashchina ka'achsana. It was like a guest. The Shekhinah became like a guest in a tent. That's why David, who is the Malchut, all he wanted to do was what? Build the mikdash. That's all he wanted. That was his bechina. That was his.
But he wasn't so to do that, right?
He couldn't, no. But he prepared everything. He couldn't. He will very soon. Very soon. He's Mashiach himself. What do you mean? It's his neshama. It's his continuation.
He's gonna come down here.
From who was the first? Adam, Yaakov, and then
Adam, David, or Mashiach. No, the specific bechina who has to build a mikdash will be David.
But he was Yaakov too.
David hu akatan. Yaakov, no, okay. Right, Nachon. But remember, Adam is a very big neshama. But that bechina, which is the malchut, will be David. Will be David. I want to live with amongst them. Hashem said, I want to live amongst them. I don't want to live in this world. Shalom live, but get what I'm trying to say. I want to be amongst them. That means, Rabbi says, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and you have to be like, Hashem wants me. He needs me. But He made that rule into the world. It's a very big thing. When you see a guy that's off the derech, see a kid that doesn't want to learn this, that you have to bring him up. You see, like, you realize that Hashem chose you more than Elon Musk.
Well, I just needed to hear that.
I know, but I hate when people do it to me out of pity.
Out of pity. No, but you have to say it. No, you have to say it. No, you say it to yourself. You have to believe. You have to say it to yourself. What do you mean? Hashem chose me. I say it to myself all the time. Oh, when I need to bring myself up, Hashem chose me. Yeah, of course. Of course, Yiboledut is not when I was single. Yiboledut was something great. You know, I used to go out, you had time. But when you're married, Yiboledut means when you're driving in the car. You're driving, you're speaking to Hashem, and you see somebody looking at you from the side of the car, like, what the heck? It's a phone. It's a Bluetooth. But, no, really. But Lamaisa Rabbi said, Hashem loves me. He chose me more than everybody else. Isn't that an unbelievable thought? You understand? Not the guy who has $16 billion. I had a kid in my house from Tom's River. And on Shabbos, and he's like to me, I'm talking to him, and he's like to me, I want to be a billionaire. So why? I want to have whatever I want. I was shocked for him. I don't know what that means anymore. I'm like, what do you mean, Gabriel? What do you mean, whatever you want? What does that mean? How many what do you want? How many shoes? How many pairs of shoes could you want, Gabriel? I don't know what that means. What do you want? What do you want? I want to have a $5 million house and this and that. Like, you're looking at a guy with all of that. I said to him, you know what I'm saying? I said to him, you know that? I have everything I want. I promise you, I'm richer than all these guys. Elon Musk is divorced, 5 times? 6 times?
That's why he's looking to divorce.
Yeah, he was saying. How many divorced? Every kid, he called a kid XYZ. He's trying to fix the world. He doesn't understand. He's not gonna fix something what does he have in his life? He doesn't even have a house. I'm richer than him, by the way. He doesn't have a house. Yeah, by the way, he doesn't own a house. He doesn't have somebody to go home to. There's somebody to talk to. I told this kid, like, you sit, like, I didn't tell him this because, kid is a kid, but, like, aren't you, when are you going to wake up? King David, the king of Israel, said, Achad sha'alti me'es Hashem ota avakesh shivti beveit Hashem kol yemei chayai. Isn't that an unbelievable thought? And that's what the Mekubalim used to say. That's by the way where I left off in my first year. That's what they used to say. May you be blessed. Shtiya zaken v'yoshev v'yeshiva. A zaken, that you see him, a zaken, over the age of 60. He's zaken already. He's zaken after age of 60 to get up for the guy. You know that, right? Yeah, Shulchan Aruch 70, Ari 60. He says after his when if you see a zaken, he's learning in yeshiva, he's living Gan Eden. What else he has to live for? A steak?
What if a young guy in
Ah, come on, young guy in yeshiva, he's lying to himself. Tell him to get married.
No, married.
What married? What he's married? What he's married?
No, I'm saying.
What?
Yeah, sorry.
Don't get the rabbi man.
Don't get me aggravated.
No, I'm saying
What married he is?
No, why Mansi or whatever.
You know what marriage is? You know what marriage is?
No.
Rav Ben Zion Abba Shaul used to peel the potatoes in his house.
Okay, so how you don't do that?
I'm telling you they don't.
No.
Nobody's peeling potatoes.
Wow,
Trust
sure
me.
the hell not.
Understand?
We
We gotta.
went to a guy's house for
You're Avraham. You're the Nitzos of Avraham Avinu. Who's talking about
I went to a
you?
guy's house back in Nancy. And he learns something, but he helps him around the house, shopping, this, that, clean, does everything in the house. And he learns all day. He learns all day.
Listen, I'm not the chashon. You're right. כל אחד לפי דרגתו. But I'm telling you right now. Tachlis. Where's the? איפה הלב? איפה הנשמה? Deal. איפה הדיל? Give me a deal. Make the deal. Let's finish the paragraph. Gabriel over here is he doesn't know if he's in Gan Eden, he's in Olam Haba, he's in Eden. Gabriel, question for you. In the future, are we going to be in Gan Eden or are we going to be in Eden? You have no idea.
Gan Eden, how you doing?
Sometimes he has those moments. Yeah, he has it. He said he's born Adar Bet. What do you want from the guy?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's Hashu. This guy over here has chuyot of thousands of Sharei Torah. You know that, right?
That's why he records.
Thousands of people. He doesn't realize it already. He's tired, but he has a chuyot of thousands of people. People in Mumbai listen to the Shiur Torah. Do you know I have more people listening to Sharei Orah than I had the Sharei Gilgulim?
This is Sharei what?
This is Sharei. Oh, it's supposed to be Sharei Orah. I have more people listening to Sharei than I have to Sharei Gilgulim. And it's his zechut.
Because it's the name, Jikatilia. Chikatilia.
You don't know if we have shared mitzvot with him. Tell me, who learned this? Who learned this Sefer? Who learned? The Ariya Kadosh, Rabbi Yitzchak, he said he promised. He said this book used to be under the Ari's like this Sefer, like this.
So Rizal himself used to know from this book.
Yes, of course. What do you mean? Of course. This was his Sefer. This was his introduction. That's how the Ari got into everything. Yeshma Alav. Do you know you blessed the moon after 7 days because of him?
Sunday and half on Monday.
Before he was available at Al-Manan?
No, they used to do it from the Rosh Chodesh, from the Molad. They used to do it. But he made the halacha. Beit Yosef brings him down. You have to bless the moon after 7 days. This is from the Yosef Chikatilia.
They used to do it till 7 days?
Like the Rambam. From the beginning. Yeah. As long as you saw it, it was Rosh Chodesh. You used to bless.
Why they do it in the fifth?
What?
Upstairs they do it in the fifth.
Ashkenazim don't follow the Beit Yosef all the time. The Litaim don't follow the Beit Yosef. They follow the Rambam. 3 days after the Molad, you're good. Yeah. Technically they're right, but Lefi Sod.
You like the song.
Yeah, we like the Sod. We also have to learn the Pshat. That's our problem. Sfarad. Sod, Pshat, Remez, Drash. We skip to the Sod and the Dab. You never heard that before? Are you serious? Alright, שתהיה בריא. אבל אלף דברים, בדמיון אחסנה, כלומר, כל מקום שילכו ישראל לפעמים, אלך עמהם, השם, everywhere you go, I will walk with you, ואשכון בתוכם, אבל לא במקום קבוע, not consistently. וזהו סוד ויבנסוע הארון, when the Aaron would go. והדרך זה הסוד נצטד, that's why David was so sad. הוא ביקש לקבוע מקום לשכינה למטה, he wanted to have a set place, במקום קבוע. וזהו סוד, that's why David said, אשר נדר לאוויר יעקב, he made a swear in Hashem's name. I will not have a house, unlike Shlomo, which is the opposite.
Yeah.
Shlomo the opposite, he was building his house at the same time. David said, I won't have a house until I build you a house. I won't sleep until I build you a house. You feeling it now? That's the Adar Bet. Ad emtza makom la Hashem, until I find a house for Hashem.
wasn't as dedicated as him?
Huh?
Shlomo Melech didn't have that?
It's always like that. The second generation is always less dedicated. Third generation tops it. Always. Mishkanot la'abir Yaakov. K'tiv ki bachar Hashem b'Tzion. Where is that place? In Tzion.
What about...
Yival leMoshe lo m'nuchati adei ad. A disclaimer before I end over here. Yeah, we're done. Listen, you wanna go until 12 o'clock? I'm willing. I know in this year we went through a lot of different topics, but we did do a paragraph, so no hate mail. Gabriel gets it anyways, not me, so go easy on him. We have a Rabbi Hanania.